I was a reluctant action actor. Now I've started loving action.
When I actually watched Luka, what they have just created, like I genuinely enjoyed the film. It was a different world altogether. You can't put both the films together.
Like in Pushpa, for instance, there was a lot of jumping, there was a lot of, that's what I meant. It's like,
Yeah,
so you enjoy this, it's almost like a workout sometimes,
So that's the condition. तो मुझे ना सारी चीजें वो तोड़नी पड़ी ऐसे करके Filmmaking is a very, very personal business. जब मैंने शुरुआत की, कुछ फिल्म डायरेक्टर्स ऐसे मिले कि नहीं ज़्यादा एक्सप्रेशन नहीं, लेस एक्सप्रेशन, लेस करो, लेस करते करते जो है.
Like I have a list of 3-4 directors. If they call me to do a song in their film or a special appearance in their film, I don't mind doing it. But I wouldn't enter and do it for every film or any film.
Indigo's Photo Durable Exterior Paint with Duro Color Technology.
Darling 3D Diwali deals. நீங்கள் வாங்கும் ஒவ்வொரு பொருளுக்கும் 3 அற்புதமான deals. MCR Pure Cotton Club, formals and casual shirts.
Hello, the cast and the producer of Thamma. So it's Tama, right?
Thamma.
Yes. And there's a numerological thing.
It's actually, no, it's a marriage thing.
Okay.
My wife added an M and, made it total to the same thing as 3, and I think that doesn't hurt.
Okay. Total as in the numerical value.
Yes, of course.
Okay, nice. You believe in numerical values?
My father was an astrologer. I had no option.
Okay.
So
every time I have to...
Yeah.
So cool.
Because every time I have to Google up your name, I'm never sure how many...
N and R's are there.
Yeah.
So there's double N and double R,
Huh.
but it's always been like this.
Okay, it's
since
always been
childhood,
like-
yeah.
since
I never
school.
changed, yeah,
Okay,
since school.
Okay, Vicky don't know, all that was spelled...
No. None of the producers could contact my father,
right.
but it was just for me.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So Rashmika, congratulations are due for your perfume line.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Oh, is there something else?
No.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, just wanted to,
Actually, there's quite a lot.
Okay.
Because there's so many things happening.
Okay.
But I'll take your congratulations on them all.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always nice. And Nawaz sir, very good to see you in a big movie. एक इंटरव्यू में आपने ये कहा था कि इरफान के जाने के बाद सब लोग ने उसके बारे में बात की, पर जब वो थे, किसी ने उनके साथ 25 करोड़ की पिक्चर क्यों नहीं बनाई? Do you think बिग बजट पिक्चर्स में आना एक एक्टर के लिए ज़रूरी है?
हर एक्टर चाहता है कि उसकी परफॉर्मेंस को ज़्यादा लोग देखें, है ना. अगर मैं अपने घर में परफॉर्म कर लूँ तो बड़ा अजीब सा लगेगा, क्योंकि अगर आपके पास आर्ट है, जो चीज़ें हैं, जो क्राफ्ट है आपकी, तो आई थिंक उसको वैसे भी आगे तक तो जानी चाहिए, ताकि पता चल सके. भाई कहते हैं ना कि जंगल में मोर नाचा किसने देखा, तो क्राफ्ट को थोड़ा सा दिखना चाहिए, तो आर्ट को बंदे की वो है.
तो इस तरह की फिल्म करने से वो ज़्यादा लोग देखते हैं, like
ज़्यादा लोग. दूसरा मैं इस तरह की फिल्म करने से मुझे ये फ़ायदा हुआ कि क्योंकि मेरे लिए बहुत ही अनकंफर्ट जोन वाला कैरेक्टर था. मैंने इस तरह की चीज़ कभी की नहीं.
हाँ.
और हर एक्टर की ख्वाहिश होती है कि वो अपने कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर निकले,
हाँ.
अलग अलग तरीके के कैरेक्टर करे. और ये तो जब मेरे पे पड़ा तो मुझे ऐसा लगा यार ये क्या है. तो लेकिन वही चैलेंज एक्टर को मजा भी देता है. उसी में मजा भी आता है एक्टर को.
Yeah. So Dinesh, how far ahead have you thought? One thing I'm not too sure is, are we calling this the Maddock supernatural universe or the Maddock horror comedy universe?
So we had a lot of conversation. There was Maddock horror comedy universe. There was supernatural. There was Threeverse.
Okay.
But I think the fact is that because Stree was essentially known as a horror comedy, and the proportion of horror and comedy depends on the film and the world we're making, right? So there might be more horror, less comedy. Munja first 30 minutes was a little more intense. And Tama, I would say, because it's not because it's coming, the reason it's coming on Diwali is it's got quite a strong dose of humor. Because I think we're done with the jump scares, right? So it's got like fear, which Nawaz Bhai brings. So it's going to always have horror and comedy in some sort of ratio. That's why we called it the Maddock horror comedy universe.
But how long have you planned it? How many films?
So we are going to have 8 films, including Thamma. So after Thamma is a film called Shakti Shalini, which the announcement is in the film. There is Chamunda after that,
Okay.
and that's all the characters done. Now we have enough soldiers. Then we get into Bhedia 2. Then comes 3-2. 3-3, sorry, the mothership. Then comes Munjha 2. And then we go into something called Mahayudh 1 and 2. And there will be a spin-off on Thamma.
Wow.
So that's the 8 films that are being planned. It's not me, there's Amar Kaushik, there's Niren Bhatt. We've been built by creators and Aditya. And they are spinning all of this together.
Right. And what is the rough, like, this is going to last how many years roughly?
So let's say not more than, let's say there'll be 1 this year, 1 next year, 2 the year after.
10.
So about 5 years they'll all finish.
Yeah.
And then we look at it. But
Yeah.
it's finite in that sense.
Yeah. So Ayushmann and Rashmika, I know you've done action hero. You've done like a certain films with, which are big, but doing a movie with effects heavy film, action heavy film, does it take more out of you as an actor, and there's less of acting? How does it balance out?
I think both is physical.
Both is
Of course. Both the things are physical. One is like very emotionally draining when they are emotionally draining scenes, but this is also physical. I was a reluctant action actor. Now I've started loving action
nice.
after doing Thamma. Though, of course, Action Hero was just a glimpse of it, but this is something which was...
But just let me say, it's a fantastic film.
Thank you.
It's amazing film.
Thank you. But this is a different animal altogether. Doing a lot of cable work, jumping from one building to the other, it's fantastic. So I think I've started enjoying action after Thamma, and as Divo said that every film has a different texture.
Yeah.
In Maddock horror comedy universe, and this is a Genesis film. It's origin, and I'm really excited about it because it's again a challenge to me, just like Nawaz bhai said.
What about you?
So I feel like Thamma was the first entrance for me into anything in an action space.
Right.
Before that, I've only been doing performances. But like Thamma is still at the entrance whilst I'm doing this film now called Maisa, where it's like actual physical, intense action. So I'm seeing the difference. But at the same time, with Thamma, I just fell in love with how this whole cable work was happening, how this whole, little bits of action that I could do, and just this entire world together. There was bits where, I honestly didn't have reference for my character as to how to play this character. And I don't know if I can tell her name out, but it was very new. It's a very new space for me, but at the same time very exciting because I didn't know what to do and what is okay, which degree of feeling anything is okay, and all of that, and it's me as an actor who will walk into the set and surrender completely to my director and my whole cast and crew, and they sort of support me and take me forward.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
We'll just mention his name, Aditya,
Yes.
who did Munjha.
Yes.
He's your director, and so he was supposed to be here, I think, but he couldn't make it at the last
Yes,
minute.
I think they're sitting on the post.
So we were like, we saw the film last night, and as usual, since we had a day more, we wanted to nitpick. So they are doing that, and hopefully, so tomorrow we plan to we're doing an interesting evening with fans, where we might actually show the first 20 minutes of the film.
What?
Yeah.
That's tomorrow after I leave.
Stay back.
So I'm sure they'll come for that.
Don't
Yeah,
go.
they ain't leaving.
Don't go!
Yeah, but that's always there, right? Have one more and you say, let's do this, let's do that, kind of, this.
No, we are mad. Because we don't do any focus groups.
Yeah.
We don't do. I feel Maddock is. I'm sitting here and I'm hearing Maddock. Every time I hear Maddock horror comedy universe, Maddock horror comedy universe. We started in this small little office, and then we did a lot of films to get here. So it's a little overwhelming today for that. Like we've been together since morning, and I'm like, it's a very peaceful morning. It's a very peaceful morning today. And I realize it's a peaceful morning because there's an army that's working really hard to make it a peaceful morning.
Yeah.
And I think what unites us is wanting to give our best, wanting to not let go. It seems overrated, but I think it's extremely important to love what you do. And we're very fortunate that I get to do what I love. And the good part about Thamma is that what will come out day after is exactly what we want. Now, that seems like an obvious thing, but it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
And I can say for the last 5-6 films, it's happened every time. But so I'm actually very, very thankful to that little building of ours where all these minds are going crazy and they all are personally invested in the film.
Nice.
Thamma's an emotion for all of us. Therefore, we don't need focus groups. But then that also is a lot of onus on us, right? Because we're like, we'll do this right.
Yeah.
You know, and I can say God's been kind.
What about, have you guys seen Luka?
Yes.
Any similarities? Did you, like, you know, sometimes what happens is you're doing a movie on your own and then somebody else is doing a movie on their own and then suddenly there's a collision. I remember very long ago in Hollywood, you know, one company was making this tidal wave movie called Deep Impact and another movie was making another tidal wave movie and they both landed up in summer and both ended up becoming blockbusters. You know, there are many examples like this. So
That's exactly what's going to happen.
but what did you like? How would you like when you look at Luka and when you look at this? What do you think is like different here? What is on the menu here that was not in Luka?
We are high on comedy,
Okay.
of course, and though I enjoyed Luka, but I also feel that I was shooting in Allahabad that time. It was not released there, so ours is a more massy film because it penetrates down to the Hindi-speaking markets also. So Luka could be a good induction for certain multiplex audiences towards this thing, but we have a different genesis, different situations, and it's a different story. But that's about it. There's hardly any similarity.
But you do have a female vampire.
Do we?
No?
we?
No?
I don't
She
know.
could be
Okay.
another creature.
She's denying
Yeah.
everything.
She could surprise
This is
you.
her.
Yeah,
like, you know, like
Maybe
this
they
is not
have
happening, that's not happening.
No,
Professionally,
I
this
could
is not
be
happening.
anything in the
Personally, that's not
film.
happening.
Like,
So,
you'll be surprised.
you're not playing anything. So the
I
Poison
could be
Baby
anything.
song, whatever you were seeing there, it's like a little decoy.
Just give her 2 more coffees.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah,
But
that's
to-
me on 2
you know,
extra
just
coffees.
to tell you a little bit about Luka, so I haven't seen it, but 2 of the kids in office went in, and it's an exceptional film. I think the world building that they've done is incredible. You know, it's to take something from them, and they've done it so beautifully. The difference being is that I think what I heard from them is that we're a little more. Our genesis is a little more in our own mytho.
Yeah.
And that is the core difference of where it comes from. But and like he said, we have comedy because of what happens, you know, when suddenly in a nice Goyal Parivar in Delhi, vampires are over. Then what are you going to serve them if you're vegetarian? You know, so there's that kind of humor. So we've kind of what we try and do is make the situation very human that you feel it can happen to you.
Yeah.
And I feel that is more believable. And if you do it with that, it's more easier to convince someone of the world.
Right.
So and I think they've gone for that,
Okay.
tone, and we've gone for this. But the fact that it's done so well is, great news for us.
And
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't mind, I'd actually like to say that when I
I'm here to
watched
talk to you.
Luka-
Why should I mind?
Sorry, yeah,
Whatever
sorry.
you want to say, whatever,
Sorry.
I'm very happy to.
I get you.
Yeah,
but
yes.
when I actually watched Luka, I'm like really good friends with Kalyani, and I was just big shout out to her. Like what they have just created, like I genuinely enjoyed the film. Having DQ and Thomas and Kalyani and the boys and just doing their thing. It was a different world altogether, and knowing where we are coming from, knowing what we have in stores, I can promise you that it's going to be a different experience.
Yeah.
Like you can't put both the films together. And of course, right now, this is, I understand where this question is coming from, but tomorrow when you walk out of Thamma, it's going to be a new conversation.
Yeah.
At the tables.
And I also think it would have been very interesting to have seen Luka with your eyes because you know what this is about and you're watching that as opposed to the rest of us who are seeing that for the first time without any, you know. So
and
you
like
would
you
have,
said, I was like, oh, so they were also doing a film in this arena. But watching the film, I was like, very interesting.
So Nawaz, you said in an interview कि like हर एक एक्टर के करियर में कुछ 4-5 ऐसे मूवीज हैं जो आपके स्किल को, आपके रेंज को दिखाते हैं पूरी तरह. आपके करियर में वो कौन से 4-5 फिल्म्स होते हैं?
अभी आना बाकी है.
बाकी है, एक भी नहीं.
लव इट.
Love it.
द बेस्ट इज येट टू कम तो सब लोग कहते हैं.
हम तो सर
नहीं,
let's see, let's
एक
see.
तो पिक्चर
Possibility,
होगी.
क्योंकि मैंने अगर अभी से मान लिया कि मेरा हो गया 4-5 फिल्में मेरी हो गई,
अभी
तो
लाइफ टाइम
मैं
देना
तो बैठ
पड़ेगा.
जाऊंगा.
लाइफ टाइम देना पड़ेगा.
तो बहुत लंबी लाइफ है सर. You never know. हाँ.
Correct.
So that's it. एक भी पिक्चर में like okay, let's
सर
make
मैं
it
तो
a
अपनी
list
जबान
of
से
10.
हैं.
10 बना देते हैं. 4-5 नहीं, 10.
आपकी कौन सी होगी?
हाँ?
आपकी कौन सी होगी?
His? I would say his performance in that Haram Khor. I love that movie. It's a very, very good movie,
Wow.
and he's great in that.
Yeah, he is. He is.
And I'm glad that movie got made at a time when it got made, because I don't know कि आज, I don't know if it, you know, the times being what they are, I don't know if it would be possible to make such a film. But anyway, it's a great film and a great performance. And of course, there's gangs. So, बहुत सारे pictures. Actually, I can start naming all of your films. So let's. I wanted to hear from कि आप क्या कहते हैं?
मैं तो यही कह रहा हूँ सर. मैं तो अपनी जबान से
Picture अभी बाकी है.
Picture अभी बाकी
तो अभी बाकी है, of course. अभी टाइम भी अपने पास है.
You know, so this Poison Baby number we were talking about, you know, when you have, we all know the value of dance numbers when they come out on YouTube, they get a lot of attention. But I'm asking, like, this is kind of an academic question. I'm just curious to know, when the number is already on YouTube and people have seen it kind of, when it's in the picture, does it kind of hamper the narrative a bit? I mean, how do you see it? Like, is it...
I was having the same discussion with Dino today.
Okay.
That all our so-called item songs are part of the narrative.
Mhm.
The story is moving forward. There's a reason that song is there.
Right.
So it's incredible that we have 3 such songs, and they are intrinsically woven in the narrative and screenplay. So I think it's beautiful. Of
It's like
course,
how
it
Aaj
may.
Ki Raat Ki.
Yeah, Aaj Ki
Yeah.
was part of the narrative.
Yeah.
So there's Nora's also a character. She's the girl from
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I don't think we'll do it that way, and something's going down,
Yeah.
you know. And I feel sometimes we over-intellectualize films. The fact is that, you know, the West is doing musicals. If it is if vampires like to party, you got to show a party, right?
So she's a vampire.
Vampires.
Okay, vampire. Sure.
Nawaz could be, he could be whatever. He won't get it out of me. But like, you know, like lately, you know, when we spoke about Luka, I saw Sinners, and I thought it was an incredible.
Oh, it's-
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But if you see that music piece at the heart of it, so they've embraced it now. It was always there. It's
Yeah.
come back. So this is who we are. We like, and you know, when you said on YouTube, we've seen it. There is, if it's woven and doesn't stop the narrative, I can't tell you how much fun it is to watch it in a big screen.
See, I was only coming at it from the point of something that's already been watched. That's the only thing. The newness of it is a little dim. That's all. I was not talking about
So,
bit
so you got to make it that great a track.
Yeah.
So if it's a track that doesn't get popular, then you're not going to want to hear it. But just to give you perspective, Apple Music is X subscription, Apple TV is less than that. People consume music more than they consume films. So if you get the audio right, you're going to people are listening to it again and again on YouTube. So the thing is that if you put a not so nice track, I do completely get your point, then the visual is gone. But if the audio has a kira, which I feel, you know, somewhere music has played a very important role in the horror comedies, then I think you're good.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
It does. And Rashmika, this is the latest in your long line of very, very hyper energetic dance numbers, right? You really like doing them.
So it's this is some conversation that I had with myself. My question to myself was, would I do? I don't like saying the word item number or item dance, but a commercial or a dance in this spectrum. Would I do it in every film or any film that I've been offered, or would I do it in my films and with those certain directors that I don't mind? Like, I have a list of 3-4 directors. if they call me to do a song in their film or a special appearance in their film, I don't mind doing it. But I wouldn't enter and do it for every film or any film. This is my film, and for my film, I will do whatever you want.
Yeah.
If it makes sense to me.
No, I was not even coming from that
No,
zone.
I wanted to mention that
Okay,
to you
alright.
because I feel like at some point, because you asked me for the last 8 years, I've had these like dance numbers and I've done the best that I could.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm an actor who surrenders to her director, and the directors wanted me to do X, Y, Z songs, and I did it. But also, this is the most different or the most edgy song that I've done in my entire career, and I just felt like it was so cool.
Yeah.
That I had the ability and the capacity to do something like this. So, yeah, like it was a very like unsure but very interesting, curious sort of a space.
Yeah. No, and also I like your Pushpa numbers. There's so much of energy, right? It's like it's not just like dance steps. It's like very energetic dance steps. Like in Pushpa, for instance, like there was a lot of jumping. There was a lot of that's what I meant. It's like so you enjoy this. It's almost like a workout sometimes,
So that's the condition. If you give her a song with laid back steps, she doesn't do it.
She doesn't do
You
it.
tell them you'll burn about 2,000 calories in 3 hours, then Rashmika signs.
Then Rashmika
No,
signs
sir,
up.
no. No, I also, like, I'm not an actor who'll look at the monitor and say, no, I'm not looking right here. Can we do that again? I'm more of a director's person. So if my director wants me to do a song in a certain way, I will do it.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't really take credit for my performance, because I feel like an amazing performance depends on the director who you work with. Like, you can be an amazing actor, but if you don't work with the right director, your performance is not highlighted.
Yeah.
Or it's not showcased in the way it should be. So I feel like that's very important. And like I keep mentioning, director's baby. So I'm just like, I give everything.
So, Dinesh, I read a statement of yours that says, we don't make films for profit, and that is why we make so much profit. Can you explain that to me?
I feel if filmmaking, any form of art, requires you really loving it, like I was telling you a while back, what goes on when we're releasing a film. I feel that if you're going to logically pick a film, if you just... So I believe data cannot tell you how to make a film, but it can tell you if it's gone right or wrong. So if you just look at all the films, if you take all the right things and put it together, then you're actually, the value is already there.
Yeah.
And then you're more of a trader. Whereas if you try and do something cutting edge, and fortunately that has worked for us since Hindi medium and Badlapur, and they've landed, because people don't, it's expecting that horse which is going to come last when it wins. So when there's, I believe traditional thinking anywhere, even in education, everywhere has changed over the years. I think if you, so I'll tell you how I choose a film. I cannot not make this film the next morning. Rather than say, I also want to make this. Can you walk away from this and not make it? Then you shouldn't make it. Now, when you do that, the way we look at it is, okay, what is the potential of this story? How many people is it relevant to? That's just making yourself feel better with some logic. The gut has decided you're going to make it. Now you have to apply everything. So when you've not thought of the maths and you've done it for something that can't be measured, I feel those have been our biggest victories.
Nice.
But if you kind of calculate it, I don't think it lands anymore. Filmmaking is a very, very personal business. Right. So you got to be personal about it.
Nice. आपने बताया कि there is a lot of challenge in this role कि आपने पहले कुछ किया नहीं इस तरह के. So what was the challenge for you? Was it physical? Was it also mental? सब कुछ था?
सी प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है कि जब हम लोग मैं ट्रेंड एक्टर हूँ, जब हम लोग मैं फिल्म्स में जब मैंने शुरुआत की, कुछ फिल्म डायरेक्टर्स ऐसे मिले कि नहीं ज़्यादा एक्सप्रेशन नहीं, लेस एक्सप्रेशन, लेस करो, लेस करते करते जो है डर लगने लगा लाउड होने से.
हाँ.
है ना? तो क्योंकि बहुत सारी फेस्टिवल की फिल्में की मैंने, जब बहुत सारे कान में गए, जब वहाँ कान फिल्म
ये भी
फेस्टिवल-
दिवाली की पिक्चर है.
इससे बड़ी फिल्म की पिक्चर हो ही नहीं सकती.
ये भी फेस्टिवल,
putting the comedy,
इससे बड़ा फेस्टिवल क्या हो
he's
सकता
putting
है?
the comedy in the horror comedy. So it's like, you know. From Kant to Diwali. हाँ
तो वही हुआ कि फेस्टिवल में जाके बहुत सारी फिल्में देख रहे हैं, वहाँ पे भी ऐसे ही है कि कोई एक्सप्रेशन नहीं, बिल्कुल आईज में सब कुछ चल रहा है या माइंड में चल रहा है सब कुछ एक्टर के.
टू इंटरनलाइजेशन.
हाँ, तो वो डर लगने लगा यार. वो तो हम लोग बहुत ज्यादा करने की आदत, तो मैं भी हम लोग भी जब यूज टू हो गए उस चीज के, सटल, बिल्कुल कोई एक्सप्रेशन नहीं, कुछ नहीं, माइंड में चलना चाहिए, भले ही फ्रॉड हो लेकिन माइंड में एक्सप्रेशन नहीं है, तो ऐसा सेट हो गया था मेरा. बाद में जब ये जो कैरेक्टर मिला मुझे, तो मुझे ना सारी चीजें वो तोड़नी पड़ी. ऐसे ऐसे करके आया. तो शुरू में 1-2 दिन मुझे थोड़ा सा अजीब सा लगा, क्या कर रहे हैं,
और हुआ तो हम इंटरनलाइज करें क्या होगा.
और डायरेक्टर आके, आदित्य आके बोले ऐसा ऐसे कर दो यहाँ पे. मैंने कहा यार ये
वो साउंड के साथ बताते हैं.
हाँ करते थे वो.
हाँ.
एक आध दिन में थोड़ा सा अजीब सा लगा. मैंने कहा कान फेस्टिवल की फिल्म है और कहा यहाँ पे आके. तो लेकिन 3-4 दिन के बाद में यूज मैंने, यार यही तो अपना तो यही थिएटर.
Using your whole body.
हाँ, इवन थिएटर में भी हमने जब एमेच्योर थिएटर करते थे हम, और बहुत बड़े हिट होते थे वो प्लेस, उसमें ऐसे ही करते थे
आपने
हम.
रामलीला की है?
रामलीला, हाँ, ऑफ
मैंने
कोर्स.
भी की.
What is going on?
Yeah, there's
तो वो
like,
दिन याद आ गए थे ना,
हाँ.
पुराने दिन.
फिर से करना चाहिए रामलीला. Now that's like all.
हाँ, और क्या.
हाँ. तो एक और बात, sorry.
Do you like food? What's your favorite meal?
What is this? Part of the interview?
Just
or-
ask.
Yeah.
Just tell me. Na?
I'm a very picky and fussy eater, so you really don't want to get me started.
Easier answer then.
One.
Easier answer.
Easy answer then.
Just grilled cheese sandwich.
Grilled cheese sandwich like gets you going. Naz bhai, aapka?
Yeah, grilled.
मेरा बिरयानी.
Gura grace.
You know,
sorry. वो भी क्या दिन थे.
वो भी क्या दिन थे. So इसी से कुछ memes बनने वाले हैं. So
Imagine what would you do? It'd be different kinds of blood, right?
yeah, blood. Oh my God, this man's in full flow today. Flow. You know, he's just going all over. So, just one last question about. अब आप थे एक जमाने में, like ये OTT से पहले इरफान थे, तो मतलब एक तरह की पिक्चर बनाई जाती थी, some kinds of roles that you used to get. You said ना कि like बहुत सारे आर्ट फिल्म्स किए, फेस्टिवल्स फिल्म्स किए, वो those types of films आज बनाते हैं क्या?
सब मैं जैसे एक फेस्टिवल बहुत ही ड्राई फिल्म, और एक लाइक थामा, एक है बदलापुर भी है,
हाँ.
कि जिसमें आर्टिस्टिक चीज़ें भी हैं लेकिन ऑडियंस को पसंद भी आ रही हैं चीज़ें, और उस तरह की. तो मैं मुझे ज़्यादा इस तरह की फिल्में ज़्यादा पसंद आती है, जो आप उसको फेस्टिवल में भी ले जा सकते हैं, ऑडियंस में भी रिलीज कर सकते हैं. और
या उस फिल्म में आपका नाम लियाकत है ना?
लियाकत.
हाँ. It's like amazing role. Yeah. So,
None of you didn't mention that film when
Which
you
one?
asked which was your favorite.
But that was
film.
more.
Yeah.
Like you didn't mention it. Now you're saying, that's true.
He's saying it because I'm sitting
अपने
here.
मुंह से
Yeah.
बोलेंगे.
So, just one last question. When Stree got released, there was a lot of discussion about the feminist message in the film. Now, when you were writing the film, or rather when your writers were writing the film, was it part of the intention to have it, or was it something that they realized later when they started writing the film? Because I always wonder if the messaging in such films is an intentional thing, or is it something that evolves as the film goes along?
I think it's the personality of the director.
Okay.
I feel that Amar Kaushik had a 9-year-old daughter. He's somebody who has, women have played a very, very important role in his life. He's had strong women around him. So he actually, naturally, it was not there in the first draft. He just did it while directing it. He just brought it in. So I think, we sometimes underestimate the power of how much of our belief system comes in our films. So I think I have been blessed that, so it's a slightly larger point that we underestimate just being a good human.
Yeah.
So I can tell you, if you walk into my office and you go to any director's cabin, you'll generally meet good people. And I think a while back that was overrated, but today it's really in fashion. So I think if you want to put messaging and you want to put value, the guy should believe that as his value system. And then it translates beautifully. Otherwise, it's forced. So I think the people, the creative team and their collective conscience naturally brings it in without it seeming preachy.
Right, right.
Did that answer your question?
It did answer my question. So thanks all of you. And I want to be inside your head right now because you're jumping from a bloodthirsty movie into Prem. And I'm like, what is that transformation going to be like? You don't have to say anything because you're not going to say anything. So that's like, I'm not even going to ask. You too, I'm not even going to ask anything. So because you're going to deny it. So, but thanks to all of you. It was a pleasure talking to all of you. And all the best for Tama. Looking forward
Thank
to
you
it.
so much.
Thank
sir.
you so much,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Indigus Photo Durable Exterior Paint with Duro Color Technology.
டார்லிங் 3D தீபாவளி டீல்ஸ் நீங்கள் வாங்கும் ஒவ்வொரு பொருளுக்கும் 3 அற்புதமான டீல்ஸ் MCR Pure Cotton Club Formals and Casual Shirts